Manectric gonna fire off the wild charge at the unshielded Altaria, and look at the damage. The opponent near gets one shot, then pivot out into Charger Bug. If the opponent wants to know what our coverage move is, they're about to find out. Welcome back to the channel. We are 15 seconds into today's video and I'm already struggling to compose myself because you're about to watch the most epic battles in the Jungle Cup you will ever see. Huge shout out to my friend, fellow content creator, No Bonfire Ahead. I have featured him numerous times in the past. If you watch my top battles of the season, he was the guy running Shadow Charizard and two 10 CP Pokemon with the ability to pick up a win. He also bought us Poltergeist, Shadow Golurk in the Ultra League. He never disappoints and today is no exception. We've got a double electric backline where we are going to be seeing one-shots galore. Without any further ado, let's get into the battle. And in game one, we see the Shadow Dragonite Mirror. This is going to be a fast move beatdown all the way. Who's going to win the fast move pressure? No Bonfire Head. Looks like he's got the better IVs. Winning the lead, we bank the Dragon Claw and see the pivot into Manectric. Manectric core breaking the opponent's backline as they've got two things weak to electric. No Bonfire Head farms up, fires off the wild charge, forcing the opponent's first Protect Shield. The opponent looks for the poison jab, farm down. Manectric says no, fires off the second wild charge, forcing the opponent all shields down. Of course, we do have a second electric type, but this squid has so much energy. We send back out Dragonite, opt to fire off the Dragon Claw, looking to put this thing into Drill Peck range. Dragon Claw does land, and it is Zapdos versus the Wild. Of course, No Bonfire Head going to be shielding up everything. The opponent full send the Scald. I was very much thinking we're about to get sprayed. The opponent pivots out into Talonflame. Talonflame going to be straight in and straight out. Get that Talonflame off my screen. Back out comes Tentacruel, and the opponent is going to concede the match. GG's. Buckle up because today is going to be one hell of a ride. In the next battle, we see the Battle of Flyers. Skarmory, not fantastic for our Dragon. We see the pivot into Manectric. The opponent attempts to catch a Wild Charge onto the Quagman. No Bonfire Head, going to opt to throw the single resisted Wild Charge regardless. The first one forces the Protect Shield. Unfortunately, it was CMP. We're not going to be able to get off the second one, as Aqua Tail, with a lowered defense, of course, will be securing the knockout. Quagman does have access to Stone Edge, so we do need to be mindful the opponent also has that big boom potential. The opponent does farm to a potential Stone Edge, and we're going to respect it. The opponent full sends the Stone Edge, which should allow Dragonite to get the full Dragon Breath farm down. They're only going to reach a depart in Aqua Tail. But Shadow and Shadow Crime, Aqua Tail still does a very solid amount of chip damage. Dragonite now below half health. We're seeing the instant pivot into Zapdos, back out comes Skarmory, and the opponent sends out Clodsire. This is by no means a good matchup for Zapdos. However, as the opponent's running Mud Shot, they're offering very little fast move pressure, and their cheapest charge move should be Stone Edge, so we've got a heavy pacing advantage. No Bonfire Head shields up the Stone Edge, and now is left with no Protect Shields too high behind, but Zapdos is going to outpace to the double Drill Peck. Where does the opponent want to invest their final Protect Shield? We fire off the next Drill Peck on what looks like to be a CMP tie. The opponent opting to save their shield for Skarmory. Back out comes Skarmory. The opponent then places the CMP tie. They do not win. Are they counting? Drill Peck goes unshielded. It's now all left to Dragonite to clean up this battle. It's going to be the bait game. Do we full send? Do we bait? No Bonfire Head going for the Dragon Claw bait. Is No Bonfire Head the best master baiter in the world? Yes, he is. We reach the superpower, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Another very, very well played game. Heading into the next battle, we see Dragonite into the fly-in toilet Pelipper. I have not seen one of these things in ages. No Bonfire Head stays in. The opponent goes straight for a Weather Ball, which is resisted, but Shadow Dragonite really doesn't resist shit. You can see it's so glassy. The opponent then pivots out into Fickersby, the Easter Bunny. We fire off the Dragon Claw bait, forcing the opponent's first Protect Shield. No Bonfire Head able to reach the Superpower, and if this goes unshielded, it's going to do a lot of damage. Superpower rocks Diggersby deep into the red. No Bonfire Head sends out Manectric, and looks like he's just sacrificing it to the Pokegods. The opponent full sends a Hyper Beam. I was expecting Scorching Sands, but that is a very nice boom from the opponent. No Bonfire Head trusting in Zapdos. Zapdos gets the resisted Thundershock farm down, back out comes Pelipper, but Pelipper is in deep water. Drill Peck going to be securing the knockout. The opponent chooses to invest that final Protect Shield, then pivot out into Whimsicott. Whimsicott also going to be another victim. Straight in and straight out. Get that Whimsicott out of here, and once again the opponent is going to concede the match. Let's fucking go. Heading into the next battle. Oh god, Abomasnow is dreadful for this team. No Bombard opts to stay in. The opponent goes straight for the Weather Ball. No Bombard looking to exchange shields. We shield up the Weather Ball. Return fire with the Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw will be forcing a Protect Shield. No, the opponent just give up switch. Out comes Tentacle. We pivot into Manectric. Once again, drawing out the Quagman. The opponent goes straight for an Aqua Tail, which we should survive. Oh my god. Manectric, where's your bulk? What is going on? I knew Manectric was glassy, but getting knocked out from like 65% from an Aqua Tail is ridiculous. Out comes Zapdos. Zapdos fires off the Drill Peck. Drill Peck just doesn't do enough damage. We're now going to be forced to burn the final protection on a potential Stone Edge. Can we Thunder Shock this thing down? I don't think so. Switch Timer pops up. Stay in school, kids, and learn to count. Holy crap. Never write No Bomb by head off. Back out comes Tentacruel. I think the only win combo should be YOLO in the nuke. We fire off the Drill Peck. Can we double bait? No, the opponent calls it. And unfortunately, we're going to take a loss. GG's. In the next battle, we see that pesky Trev in the lead. Dragonite is going to be able to outpace the Dragon Claw before they reach a potential Shadow Ball. Although I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to probably Seed Bomb bait. I'd call it. No Bomb Head. Going to respect it. And luckily, it's him playing, not me, as I definitely would have got one shot. No Bombard comfortably able to win the one shield and leave with residual energy. Good to go. The opponent sends out Lantern. We fire off the Dragon Claw, doing some chip damage and then pivot into Manectric. The opponent continues to stay in. Oh god. We're tanking a Surf. Surf again almost knocks us out. This thing is so glassy. Holy cow. We fire off the Wild Charge. Wild Charge goes unshielded. We get that big boom moment. The opponent then sends out Talonflame. We answer with Zapdos, but behind an energy, and with only one Protect Shield. This isn't as good a matchup as you might hope. We're going to shield up the Flame Charge. These boosted Incinerates are now doing absurd damage. No Bomb Head. Farms up, fires off the Drill Peck bait. Drill Peck forces the opponent. Final Protect Shield. Switch Timer again pops up, and we see yet another Savage catch. Catching the Flame Charge back onto Dragonite. The opponent does go for the Undercharge, which certainly would put them into Drill Peck range. We've got the Thunderbolt regardless, so why not boom them out of the sky? GG's, and thanks for playing. As you can tell by the huge amount of lag, it's safe to assume that that opponent threw their phone against the wall and probably uninstalled the game. In the next battle, we see Dragonite into the cheeky little monkey Vigoroth, aka the king of all the themed cups. The opponent opts to fire off the Body Slam immediately, and we're going to see No Bonfire respect it with a Protect Shield. Dragon Breath tearing through Vigoroth. No Bomb Head farms up, fires off the Dragon Claw just before Body Slam number 2, and he forces a Protect Shield in return. It looks like No Bomb Head going to commit all in on Dragonite and opt for the Dragon Breath farm down. The opponent stays in, they get farmed down. We leave with residual energy, but our backline has no Protect Shield, and both of them are so glassy. The opponent sends out Altaria. We force the Protect Shield with the Dragon Claw pivot into Manectric. Manectric gonna fire off the Wild Charge on the unshielded Altaria. This is only neutral, but look at the damage. The opponent then pivots out into Charger Bug. And if the opponent's wondering what our coverage move is, they're about to find out. Overheat. Get that Charger Bug out of here. There's another big boom. I thought No Bomb Head was cooked, but we're able to sweep the back line. We send out Dragonite, Dragon Breath farm down, and Zapdos gets a very well-deserved rest on the bench. In the next battle, we see the Kentucky Fried Chicken, Bird of Death. A very nice lead for Dragonite. No Bomb Head farms up, fires off the Dragon Claw just before the opponent reaches their first charge with Dragon Claw, forces the Protect Shield. No Bomb Head gonna respect the potential fly, but of course the opponent throws the Flame Charge. The issue is, if you call that move, unfortunately, you probably get Incinerated farm down because we're so glassy. We fire off the Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw does secure the knockout. The opponent pivots into Whimsicott, and here comes Manectric. It looks like Manectric being used as the third shield. Grass Knot, of course, one-shots. I think pretty much everything one-shots. You name it, Manectric cannot fucking tank it. It's now all down to Zapdos. The opponent pivots into Wish Daddy Cash. We fire off the Drill Peck on the CMP tie. Zapdos has a lot of work ahead of itself, but you can see if the opponent doesn't lower our attack, 2 Drill Pecks will be lethal. Do they get the attack drop? It doesn't look like it. No Bomb Head continuing to farm up. Gonna go straight for the Drill Peck. Does the opponent burn their final shield here? No, they don't. Switch Timer has popped up. We need to make a catch to win this game. And No Bomb Head does not disappoint. My gosh. This guy hasn't just been to school. He is now the teacher. pulling off immaculate catch after immaculate catch. Back out comes Zapdos. You know the drill. The first drill peck forces the opponent's final protect shield, and the second one is going to be all she wrote. Another beautifully played game. Make sure you go check out my friend No Bonfire Ahead. He is linked down below, and what a phenomenal battler he is. In the next battle, we see Dragonite into Wish Daddy Cash. The opponent pivots into Tentacruel. I like this chip and dip, as despite us having 2 electric types in the back, we need to do at least some chip damage or force a shield. We managed to force a protect shield, and here comes Zapdos. Oof. Thankfully, again, we don't get acid sprayed. I think an acid spray bait there would be brutal. We correctly shield up the skull, return fire with the drill peck. Drill peck secures the knockout. Back out comes Wishcash, but Wishcash is offering very little fast move pressure. Zapdos now at the back-to-back drill pecks. The first one lands. Was actually one short. We reach it on the CMP side. Oof, the opponent in shambles. Drill peck forces the protect shield. Zapdos has done its job. No Bonfire says, thank you very much for your contribution. The opponent baits with the mud bomb, then snipe with Toxapex. We answer with Manectric. The opponent with no protect shields. Too hard behind. Surely we survive a brine, right? It looks like we're not going to risk it. We shield up the brine. He's going to farm up to the double wild charge. Toxapex is very thick, but are they thick enough to survive a wild charge? No, they're not. We then leave with the OV. This is resisted damage, but I have zero doubt in my mind it's going to be enough to secure the dub. And Manectric sweeps the back line. GG's. Heading into the next battle, we see Shadow Dragonite into Lantern. The opponent pivots into Vigoroth, and I suppose we're very happy to see Vigoroth here. We farm up to the superpower bait with the Dragon Claw. The opponent shows very small cojones and invests the protect shield. I'm only kidding. I think you need to shield that, to be honest. No Bonfire going to shield in return. The opponent going to be able to reach double body slam, and we're going to opt for the 2 shield Dragon Breath farm all the way down, and let's see what the opponent wants to do. Dragonite leaves with a whole heap of residual energy. Does the opponent send back out the Seal Electric Fish, or do they reveal their third? Back out comes Lantern. No Bonfire going to farm up, fire off the Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw goes unshielded. The opponent then looks to snipe with Abomasnow. No Bonfire shows cat-like reflexes, hits the superpower. Superpower goes unshielded. Oof, they survive on 1 HP in a dream. The opponent hanging on to that protect shield could give us a problem. We send out Manectric. Manectric gets the Snarl farm down, and it's now tasked with tanking a Surf. Ouch. Manectric returns fire with the wild charge, and this will be forcing the opponent's final protect shield into the instant pivot into Zapdos. Zapdos goes straight for the drill peck. Is drill peck enough to knock out? No, it's not. The opponent survives on minimal HP. The neutral Thunderbolt will be one-shotting, and then it's going to be Snarl versus Spark. Can we Snarl farm down? Oh, we get resisted Spark farm down, and unfortunately take a loss. In the next battle, we see Whimsicott in the lead. We pivot into Manectric. We see the opponent throw a charge move on alignment. So we see No Bonfire Head actually invest in his Manectric save switch, and the opponent sends out Lantern. We throw 3 Snarls and the wild charge. Does the opponent respect the damage? The neutral wild charge does so much damage. Holy. It's really unfortunate. It just doesn't do slightly more. And I don't think this is Snarl farm down range. You see No Bonfire desperately fighting for alignment. We farm up to the double wild charge. If the opponent shields once, which they do, they're going to be forced to shield twice. We're now going to be in a shieldless game. And when shields are down, a Shadow Zapdos certainly has the ability to go to town. I imagine we send out Dragonite to use it as the meat shield. Dragonite, insanely glassy. You're not going to hear me say that all that often. The neutral Thunderbolt does a lot. We pivot into Zapdos, looking to get an energy lead. The opponent sends out Talonflame. Let's go. Hi, Talonflame. Bye, Talonflame. Nice to see you nice. The opponent still has Lantern alive. If they send it out, it's just going to get Thundershock farm down. The opponent sends out Whimsicott, hoping they can tank a charge move. Trainer, unfortunately, you do not, and Zapdos is going to sweep the team. GG's, and thanks for playing. No Bonfire Head displaying the ruthless closing power of the mighty Shadow Zapdos. Uh-oh, that's a yikes lead. If I ever did see one, we pivot into Manectric, and we're answered with their Quagman. I think it's safe to say this is going to be an RPS loss, or we can say we're a victim of that algorithm. I'll let you decide. No Bonfire Head is going to concede, and we're going to move swiftly on. In the next battle, we see the Shadow Dragonite mirror. Last time, we was able to Dragon Breath farm down. However, this time it's us that gets farmed down, which isn't great, as we've got nothing that really wants to tank a charge move. No Bonfire Head sends out Manectric. Manectric not going to appreciate this Dragon Claw. We're left very deep in the red. We see the instant pivot into Zapdos. Out comes Vigoroth. We're already sitting in a tricky spot, but I have zero doubt No Bonfire Head is going to pull off some shenanigans and make this close. He full sends the Thunderbolt, looking for the kill shot on this cheeky little monkey. Thunderbolt forces the Protect Shield. No Bonfire Head forced to invest his final Protect Shield, blocking this incoming Body Slam. Can we win this game? No Bonfire Head this time, firing off the Drill Peck. Drill Peck forces the opponent's final Protect Shield. The opponent continuing to farm up. Is this Drill Peck going to be enough to knock out? No, it's not, but we pivot into Manectric, making that catch. Please show me something we can one-shot. Please. Back out comes Zapdos. The opponent's final Pokemon is Sableye, and unfortunately, we're going to get Shadow Claw farmed down and take a loss. In the next battle, we see another Shadow Dragonite lead. I have no idea who's going to win it this time. We win the lead. Very nice. The opponent then sends out Skarmory. We see the pivot into Manectric, drawing out Clod. No Bonfire Head, not messing around, just going to YOLO the OV. OV hits for neutral, does a lot of damage. We're not even a fire type, we're a mono electric type, and that did so much damage. The opponent not wanting to hit with a second charge move, opt to throw the Stone Edge, securing the knockout. Dragonite does have a charge move bank, we're quite low, but I think the opponent's unable to mud shot farm down. Back out comes Dragonite. Dragonite forced to Protect Shield. Can the opponent mud shot farm us down, or can we Dragon Breath down? The opponent does mud shot farm down. They might be in one Thundershock range. Out comes Zapdos. Zapdos going to shield up the incoming Stone Edge. Zapdos gets the Thundershock farm down. Back out comes Skarmory, and the opponent is going to concede the match. GG's, and thanks for playing. Unfortunately, that is going to end today's showcase. My God, that was some fire submission from No Bonfire Head. As I said, he's a fellow content creator. Go check him out. He's linked down below. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button if you're new. Consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on my channel. A link to my battle submission form is down below. And as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching. And I'm going to see you all in the next one.